everybody? I'm here with the one and only grandson of Ha Yurin.
You're, aka the GOAT.
We're here to talk about the ancient beast, the greatness, everything about him, why he's, top 100, everything, all the Jinsung stuff, Ha Jinsung, out. And he's your favorite character, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell me why.
Well, first off, he be having my son Baam with all the nice fits. Like, so he's just a father figure off rip.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since his introduction, he was just always kind of just like, he was just like, I hate to use this word, but he was just raw to me. Like, honestly, he was just raw. Like, even like every instance of him, like even like when he came with Karaka, like to visit him, and he's like, "This is who you have in front of me," and he's like, "Bow, fool!" It's like beneath him. Like every instance, like even when he met Kun, and Kun was just shook. Like, bro, is that Jinsung Ha? He's like, "Yeah, don't worry, I don't kill family members no more. You're good." I'm just like, like, who is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you, bro, to be saying shit like this? There's little things like that. Like, and not to mention, he's just. We didn't really see him obviously fight until recently, but he's always had that like mystique around him, and obviously he's top 100. So I always knew he was like the real deal. So yeah, but definitely his personality is what made me like a big fan.
Yeah, he's cool. Like I always thought that he was like he's one of the characters. I mean, I find like the Ha family in general to be pretty cool, but he's definitely one of their best, best and brightest, I'd say. Very very old, very wise. I think one of the things that ever made me respect him a lot. It's very recent too. This is when they pulled up to his. First of all, that house is not it, Chief. You got points. We know about you. you spent 10 billion points on a lane. Like you got money. You got that F.U.G money. Stop it. Like
this is man, bro. What can I say?
Oh my goodness. But when he was talking to Masheni, and he was talking about their minds being weathered by time and how their bodies don't get sick or weaken as age, they get stronger, but at some point our minds get sick and become dull to everything. We were talking about how he kind of lost the anger towards what happened to his loved and why he went on a rampage and killed like a branch of his family and stuff. I felt that. I was like, I feel like when beings get to be a certain age in fiction, like if you live a really long time, it becomes a point where you're just above certain things. Like your immortality is going to make you see life and death maybe is not as something particularly, you've probably seen a lot of death, and you're like, I'm like, it's been like 800,000 years, like I'm tired, bro. Like I don't know, like it's been a long time, like I can't remember it this morning. So I felt that. I like that. I like that. That was like a bar when he said that shit to her.
It's like a bar. Facts.
Yeah. So that was one of like the things about him that I liked a lot. But definitely like remember when he pulled up the Karaka, he's like, youngsters don't know anything these days. Bow, fool. He watched everybody he wanted.
Bro, what? Put him in his place ASAP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Like he's dope for that. So he's a branch member of the Ha family, and he fell in love with somebody that we don't really know about. And she got, if I remember correctly, she got sold to another branch family, something like that, and then she died, and then he's like, "Fuck that," and he like murdered like that entire part of his.
It's war with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame him though. I mean, if you felt like you were done dirty, I feel it. You know what I mean? Like, do what you got to do, man. Especially if you got the power to do so.
Yeah, and it was like amazing to me just because I guess that's probably where he kind of decided to join F.U.G. F.U.G and whatnot. So like after that happened, I guess probably that's when he started to like join it. Cause like, all right, fuck the king, fuck jihad, all of that. And him becoming Viole's, mentor. He first of all, he like trained a lot of people, which is dope. Like I don't really think he's Kallavan's teacher. That makes me laugh when he said that. Like I'm like, I don't know if you just giving him some good advice on whooping his ass is training him, but we'll take it. We'll take it. He trained Karaka in martial arts, and obviously he trained Baam in martial arts and various other things. And how do you feel about their relationship, like Baam and Jinsung?
I'm personally a fan. I know people they didn't feel like there was much of a strong connection. You know what I mean? Like between the two, it was more so just like master and student. But like I remember even like you, I feel like one of the live streams a few weeks, like not a few weeks ago, but like some time ago, we were discussing this, and it was kind of just like, oh, like if Jinsung dies, Bam just gonna be like, oh, fuck it, like it is what it is. Like he was cool people's, and then like you actually get to see his reaction, or like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We see how much Jinsung actually meant to him, and then we get the little cute flashback of he's like, I just want you to be happy. And there's always been instances of Jinsung actually like wanting to do that. You know what I mean? Like even from like back when he was with Team Sweet and Sour, and he didn't like Jinsung didn't feel like that team was suitable enough for Viole at the time.
Facts.
But he knew it was his friends, and that would like that's what would be like I guess best for him ideally for who like Bam is as a person. So he let that rock. You know what I mean? Just fast forward a bunch of times, like he spent 10 billion points on Elaine, like for Bam. You know what I mean? Like just because he was like, "Yo, can you go handle that, please?" And the like things like that. Just I mean, obviously you don't have to say it's just for Bam, but that's a primary reason. You know what I mean? So and it's just little things like that, and of course, like my man always keeps him in the fresh gear, like,
fresh fits, sending him clothes.
But and the fact that like just even I guess kind of giving him a home in a sense, you know, like even when he was like in F.U.G, like obviously it was against his will per se, but he like I guess he kind of had a haven in Jinsung, or at least that's how he like portrayed him as, because he really like that really hurt him. He really believes like that's his master, that's et cetera, so I think they had a strong relationship, and like clearly it showed.
Yeah, I mean it showed like he lost his shit. He was about to trying to fight Kallavan and everything like that. Like a fight he had no business trying to engage in. and the thing about me, like I'm definitely wrong, right? Like the relationship was there to some degree. Like it was definitely there. I don't know if SIU showed it in the best way throughout the course of the story.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
For me, I would say it's more so on Bam's side, because Bam has just always been so, even especially Hwari with everything she's done for him. Yeah, she's a little shady. He always kind of keeps her at an arm, like a stiff arm distance. Like he doesn't like. I don't mess with them, like, and like from his side of it, I never fully got it. With Jinsung, yeah, because he's always talking. He always praises him when he see him talking. When he got Elaine, he did it for Bam in a sense. Like he's always doing it. And I would say one of the cool moments too is back when he pulled up like around the first time, like you said, and he didn't think the team was suitable. But he's like, you know what? If he's good, he's happy. Let him go. And then remember when him and Kun and stuff, they did the little teleportation lighthouse, and he could have still got them if he wanted, but he's like, all right, you know what? Like, all right. You guys, you did that. I'll let you guys go. Like obviously, if he was like super, nope, you got to climb with the strongest FUG members, this and that or the other, no freedom, he would have enforced that. And I always feel like he's been kind of protecting him, because even like I think at one point he's like, oh, like if you use the fact that Viole is making more friends, doesn't that mean we have more hostages to use? And it's like, you don't mean that. You're saying that to like the FUG leaders to like make it seem like, okay, yeah,
to play it off.
Yeah. So I think I was wrong in the grand scheme, but I do think it could have been portrayed a little better.
No, yeah, I can definitely see that, especially with just the point you made with like Ha Yurin and stuff. Like, but I can also attest to that, as in like Ha Yurin like doesn't seem to care for Bam in the sense of like she cares for Bam's well-being, but more so like Bam's goal. You know what I mean? I can
agree with that.
That's why I guess he kind of keeps her at bay, where with Jinsung it's more like personal compared to like more like a goal-wise.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I think about it, especially because like you seen Jinsung, like he was on like what, a chapter ago, when he did the reverse flow control on Death's door, and he stopped the whole surrounding, like, bro, he could have put Kun and Bam in a fucking body bag if he wanted to. Like,
and considering how much weaker they were at that point too.
That's what I'm saying, bro. What?
Because everybody had a pretty major glow during the shout out to Simi, the sword art arc, the hidden floor, So every time he calls it the sword art arc, I laugh. Hello, but yeah, so
interference
or impact. He loves that word too. That shit kills me. But okay, so one of the things that strike me to me to be interesting about Jinsung, to me, like you said earlier, is his personality. I brought up the thing about the being weathered by time, but I always like when these guys have like kind of like a good sense of humor, or they say shit that's just funny. Because remember when he's like, wait a minute, I helped you out. You turn into a psychopath when he's talking to Kallavan. Like, why?
Why did you go down the path?
Like, what happened? this is not. This is not what I said. Like, oh, it's like, oh, psychopaths with conviction is the worst. And I'm like, bro, I'm weak. Like,
yeah, he hears him out, and then he's like, yeah, nah, I can't have this, Kallavan. You're doing it wrong. You're just doing it wrong.
This is not what. This is not the path I sent you down, sir.
Like, even when Macheni, like, she attacks him, he's like, bro, like, are you princesses normal? Like, what's wrong with you? Like,
yeah. Okay, so before we get to that, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. He's top 100 in the tower, right? And he's a grandson of Ha Yurin, right? And Ha Yurin, whatever. And he said he's very special amongst, his family. Do you think it's because he's almost like literally directly a descendant of Ha Yurin in a sense? Because I heard some rumors about the twins being female, and that he could be basically part of the Ari Han family and Ha family. So what do you think? Because I felt like when he was saying that even amongst his family he's special, I felt like I didn't particularly get to see exactly what he meant. So how did you interpret that?
That's actually that's interesting too, because like we know he's a branch family member, yet he said he's special in his family. So it makes you think like what part of the branch makes, and then you see how strong he actually is, but he doesn't retain like the red hair, or red eyes, whatever, the qualities like that, like even Nobik has that we've seen from, and obviously like Yuri and stuff. And then you bring up the fact about the twins, and it kind of makes me think that I wouldn't put it past him to actually be like, I guess, a direct from that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I can't say for sure that he is. But when he says like I am special amongst my family, and like you might want to take it more than like I'm just dumb powerful. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm more than just a protege.
I feel you.
So it could be something along those lines, but I just can't confirm it exactly. You know what I mean? That's my only thing.
But that dragon tiger gate, was that was called? Ooh,
yo, and it was so cool. That shit was so sick. You think that could have been even like an allusion to like having both sides in a sense, like Dragon Tiger Gate? I mean, I know the what's his name?
What, Arihan?
No. The Grace Luslick. His sober quit is a heretic tiger, right? So, and we know he's obviously Jinsung study under him. So that could either be like kind of like a homage to him, like Dragon Tiger Gate, or that could even be something more with the, but that's that. Damn, that move was so fucking sick.
Like, I feel that he showed off that he's like a real veteran. Like, the parry. Parried him. I'm like, that's a veteran move. That's a Dwayne Wade pump fake. Like, niggas will jump. like you're a vet. Like, you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I was loving it, bro. I was loving it.
I love it. It's funny because that fight came at a perfect time because people were talking about like too many beam battles, and then my man SIU was like, all right, man, we about to get this hand-to-hand combat. We about to get like some legit, just like you said, parry, some techniques, not just like no hold barred, like brawling, like legit, like we're gonna fight, which was so fire. Yeah.
And then with this, you kind of get into the debate. So first of all, how did you feel like his showcasing was when you finally got to see him fight? I guess it sort of starts with Macheni. She couldn't even really hurt him at the time. He tanked El Robina, I believe it was called, the anti-high ranker weapon. He's like, are you sure, Jihad? You don't got too many of these. And he broke it. Casual kick, destroyed like half the army. And basically, like, she couldn't do anything to him on her own. And she's supposed to be top 100 as well, right? I would say. And then from that, from everything we've seen up until what we have right now, how do you think his showcase was from a power standpoint, combat standpoint?
I think he was showcased well, especially because like he to me, like I'll start with the Macheni part. Obviously, like even from then, like you see, he was never kind of like serious. You know what I mean? He was kind of just like what, like why are you doing this? You sure you want to do this? Like why are you and like you said, he tanked the attacks. He had the physical boost where he just jumped for the kick and he pushed everybody's shit in, and it's just like, whoa, this is off a physical boost. Like this is no like technique behind it. You know what I'm trying to say, like no like Shinsu or whatever. And then
Mhm.
you know, obviously his martial arts or whatever. But then you go to the Kallavan fight, and he was. I think he was portrayed well, like with his strength, but I still don't feel like we were able to see him go all out. Although we did get to see his transcendental technique or transcendent technique, the Dragon Tiger Gate,
Mhm.
that put a fucking hole in Caliban's body. Shout out to him still moving though, but
Yeah.
it put a hole in that man's body, which is actually crazy considering the level of Kallavan that Caliban's at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like even then he like I don't want to say he was holding back because that's not fair to Kallavan, but it didn't seem like he was ready for that. I guess you know what I mean.
I think he definitely knew enough that it was like, okay, even for me, this is not going to be a walk in the park, and he went there with that intention. I don't think he expected that the essence of bravery and his body would be basically a hard check to what his family specializes in. He does say, "Look, we're not fucking sandbags. These kids just running around taking attacks. They're apes. I'm like, we're technicians. Right? like they different. Like you respect that, I would say, from like Hendo, like Blood Matter family, like okay, they're supposed to be like defenders. They're the ape supposed to be taking attacks like that. Like yes, we're like I will see the Ha family as like the most athletic family in a sense, and the martial artists. That's how I usually see them. Like simply put. So he says that we're technicians, like we got techniques and stuff. So he started pulling out, busting out the sick moves. Like, oh my goodness, that shit was so fire. But I felt like the problem with me was that I felt like he took too much damage.
Yeah, in the beginning, that's the thing. He was like, "Fuck, my arm's already gone," and he's like, "Oh damn!" And then Kallavan like pushes him again, and he's like, "Ah shit, okay." And then they start scrapping, and then
it's like rushed out.
Even after he puts the hole in him, though, he's talking. You know, if he really had that like intent to kill, like even Kallavan even said, he's like, "Look at you, bro, you're talking now, your arms are gone," and then boom, he took out his arms. But the craziest thing was, he was about to snap again right there. Like, remember the whole panel where he's like, "Kallavan, I told you you're not going to the last
station." Yeah.
And then you see like the panel, like I always said this, like it looks like we're about to see like the ancient beast, like that's how he's like being portrayed, like the eyes are becoming white, the hair, like, and he's becoming like, more and more aggressive, and then he gets fucking stabbed in the back. But
by a queen.
Okay, we can have that discussion.
Okay, kind of.
Nah,
but I mean, this is what it took to beat him, though. Like that's a testament to how fucking powerful he is.
No, yeah, and even like, bro, and like we said earlier, he's on death's door, and then he hits the reverse flow control. Like, wait, what? And it didn't cover like his hand. It covered like, bro, how far was that? That makes me think like at full power, is he reverse flow controlling the whole entire floor? Is he hitting the Jiro Grand knock-in? Like,
oh shit. Tell me wrong. And a testament to him too is that Machete could not move at all.
Yeah, literally, she wasn't. She had no damage. She was at, I want to say, full strength.
She's like, yikes, I can't move. And I was like, yo, you different. Like, you put the pressure on like that. That step was crazy, man. He had everybody twerking. But he was really raw. I was disappointed at first, but with the additional chapter, because I thought he was gone. Like I thought that was it. But with the additional him like doing what he did, and like the fact that he's probably, I don't think he's dead. I think he's alive at this point. We can talk about it in a second. But like him getting to do that last step, and it's almost like Kallavan like ran. Not even like, I don't think he ran, but it was like he did have a mission to do, and he was in the way. So like he's like, oh, well, I probably might be dead. He came to like to get Baam, and then to like add to how great Jinsung was, Kallavan has like nothing but respect for the man. Where it's like,
yeah, literally, he's just trying to agitate Baam by like, yo, I killed your master. He was so fucking amazing. Why are you some shit? Like that's literally
like why? Like why'd he die for you? Like you're trash. Like why for you? Like show me why. He wasn't impressed
at all. But that crack,
that's trash. But I'm not shocked. I wasn't shocked though. I called it. I think I called it. I don't remember. But
Simi called it legit. Like I'm not saying you did it, but I remember like Simi called that shit like word for word. In the
like he gonna scratch him or something. Yeah, he definitely did call that.
He was like, Yuri has season 1 close. It's gonna happen again.
Holy. But Did you like the fight with him and Kallavan? Do you think it was good? It was a little short, I'd say, but
It was like I thought it was good, but it could have been better, especially considering the blog post were saying like we're gonna have a classic 1v1 fight and all this stuff.
mm-hmm.
But it's like, I guess I mean, I can't imagine how hard it is to portray like two top 100s fighting and also trying to have the same time show the battlefield like with Baam and other like heavy hitters too.
Mm-hmm.
So there's only I guess so much you can spend on a fight per se, like within the story of a time, within the time of a story. But I personally feel like it should have been longer. Like we should have got like a whole chapter of them. Like we got a little bit of a backstory, which was cool to understand, like why they're like this, and then we got like a few moments of like hand to hand, which was dope. Like when they would hit the hit, parry, reverse roll, control, and all this other stuff, like which was dope to see. And then we got the they started powering up doing their shit, but like it's like Kallavan popped the pill, took my man's arm, and then like it was a chapter left of that, and then the fight was over. Like he took his arm was gone, pushed the shit again, got cracked. Jinsung responded, so I'm a technician, did whatever, did the Dragon Tiger Gate, put a hole in him. Kallavan then broke his arms, and like that was the fight. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it wasn't really more than that.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was definitely a testament to Jinsung's strength because like Kallavan was showing out, bro. Like Mad Bomber, Atomic Explosion, like
he wasn't holding back.
Yeah, exactly. And Jinsung like survived, and like obviously, like I think he's still alive. Like especially with SIU, like he's probably alive. He's probably like, you know what I'm saying. So that even goes to show how strong he is. But I feel like we didn't get to see like a classic. You know what I'm saying? Like 1-on-1. Like like we gonna fight to the death type shit. But I understand. I guess I understand why though. Why it didn't occur. So
I think it's one of those things too, where it's like I guess he doesn't want to put too much of a power ceiling on himself this early on. I don't know if all of us early, but it's like to have almost two of the top 100, I guess, go at it at a high level. I don't think he wants to show too much right now because he kind of want to see the main characters elevate themselves to that level, and then he could really show out like that. But I didn't dislike it. I just thought it was a little too short. And at the time, I didn't like how Jinsung. I thought he went out, but then he went out. I don't even think he went out. So so do you think yes or no he's gonna make it?
Yes, I think he is.
I think if he was gonna die, he'd be dead already. So I agree with that.
Yeah, especially like with all the signs from earlier, like with the cigarette and all the other shit, and even like the blog posts, like pictures. But like now, it pretty much like seems like he's alive. And then like after he got stabbed and shit, he still did like he had enough strength to do the reverse flow control to that level. Like so, I really show like that. I mean, and you know how he said like his body and et cetera. Like he got to be alive, bro. That man's awesome.
He's gonna go back to his lollipops. Shout out to Wagner.
But I definitely agree with you though, man. Like the fight wasn't bad. Like it was a good fight. Like it still had its hype moments. It had its fire moments. I still definitely enjoyed it, but it could have been longer, and it could have been
great, beautiful panels. The destructive scales for most of the attacks are just like punches for the most part. Pretty crazy. Like the way he will scale back to show how far someone got punched.
Yeah, even when Kallavan's like little squadron people, like they were saying like, "Whoa, yeah." But just like you said though, like he doesn't want to. Even like when he brought up Yurik on the floor of death, like we seen Yurik there, he just used the pinky, and that's just like no case. Like wow, he just took out Karaka. Like you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, speaking of Karaka, what do you think? What kind of relationship do you think they have? Because Karaka, well, Jinsung says that that Baam's growth is faster and scary, and he's gonna catch up to him someday, which is because Baam's a regular, he's different, but. Karaka kind of says I don't take my mask off to people that I don't really trust, and that's supposed to be his martial arts teacher. And then with this floor, it's like, with this floor, Jesus Christ, this chapter on the 44th floor. I'm so tired, and I'm sick. I think I'm getting sick. He's like, yo, you killed my nah, not enough. You killed my master. And it's like, nah, you like the way he kind of pulled up. It was like, I don't know if it was like out of respect, what it was, but like, what kind of relationship do you think they have?
It's hard to say because just like that's a great point. Like I don't take off my mask people I don't know, but yeah, he's your master that taught you this. You're like literally willing to like it's on site with you and Baam type shit, and now you kind of like putting that to the side. You know what I mean? Obviously for like you have a whole plan with Evan and stuff, but even out of respect, like yo, like that's our master. He got faith in you, bro. Like live on. Like I seen that and I was like, damn. Like so their relationship is got to be deeper than what I thought it was, because Karaka seems to have like the utmost respect for him.
And he said, remember, he chose you, not me, kind of thing. And I was like,
yeah,
fuck.
And it looks like, I guess, like maybe there was some jealousy from beforehand. Like, I don't show on match people I don't trust, because at the time, like, he was already, I guess, investing in Baam. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So maybe that was like, I guess, an angle from that. But just as you said, like from what we've seen from the past chapters, like that's Karaka's man. So their relationship has to be somewhat deep, you know.
Or maybe you got Rocky at the end for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Mm. But I mean, I hope I kind of like, not at this point now. I think he still because he's like, man, I should have taught Viola this technique, and then he did it. It's like, now I want him to like actually teach him more stuff.
Yeah, word. Like, see him take like a more relaxed role. Like, you don't gotta fight, bro. Just teach me shit, and then we'll be good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Have him as like the like a Roshi, bro. Like, you know, Roshi Ohead.
Just have him there teaching them some crazy techniques and more control and whatnot. But I mean, anything on the character you think we missed, we need to touch? Bond. Where's the lane? He had a lane. Where you put her? I need her back, sir. I need her back. Where Kaiser at? But yeah, excuse me.
Like, well, I don't know. He was kind of nonchalant the entire series, literally until like that last fight, like that last panel, and then he got stabbed in the back. Like, so I think that, I don't know, like that's kind of like cool to me that he's like never changed, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, he's legit, like, through like every time we've seen him, like, oh, that's like, even from it's like, sir, no smoking in here. Like, this is a sucker. And it's just like, yo, like, who are you? Like, oh, like, how you got 10 billion points? Oh, my man's wants this. No worries. It's just like, okay. Like, it's just like, okay. Like, you can't say that to him. Just, okay. That's the type of guy he is. Like,
he just runs shit, you know, like he's higher up in the Ha family tree than, you know, Yuri. So like, that's saying something, because
top 100.
But he's older though, so. And
he legit ancient beast. Like, that's a fire act. Everybody knows you. You got money for days. You chill in a 1-bedroom studio. Like, that's like, you just got it like that. I
know we have a lot of houses. I remember reading that in the blog post, but that one house, that I never, like, every time I see that, I laugh, because I'm like, you have, like, you be sending Baam clothes. I saw you spent 10 million points on a lane. You dress nice. I know that's some Gucci silk, whatever you wear, and it's like,
yeah, definitely
why your house like this? So it's funny to me.
That's just goat shit, bro. That's really what it is. It's just like, it's just goat shit, man.
Oh, this is what I want to bring up. I just remembered it. I have to look at my notes. Okay, so it was stated that he, you know, his relationship with Jaha is like, my grandma's close friend is actually a king. I don't know what that really. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but apparently they've had a lot of conversations before. And for Jaha so for him and Jaha to talk to anybody, be close to anybody who's not one of the 10 Great Warriors, is pretty rare apparently. So to see whatever happened, and to the point where that's what happened. To know that what happened to like the person he loved, and now he's like, well, fuck the king, kill the king, kind of thing. I would be interested to see a conversation they've had before, like him and Jihad. Like, I think that would be cool to see.
I wasn't even aware of that quote or that's from a blog post you said, right?
Yeah, it's from a blog post somewhere. I'll probably
That's
find it.
actually really interesting, especially considering like especially the fight with Kallavan and how Kallavan's like a Jihad stan, and he was kind of just like, like, why are you going down that path? And I guess he really knows the guy, you know what I mean? So I guess there was validity to his statements more so than just being like F.U.G against Jihad. Like, he actually knows the guy.
Yep.
Wow, that's actually interesting.
So I was wondering, like, the way you said, like, did you actually meet this dude, or was it like almost like a divine intervention? Like, I saw the word of God and some bullshit like that. Like,
because I met the dude, I know the dude pretty well. He a little psycho.
But yeah. But anyways, you can wrap this up. Any last words you have to say about the GOAT?
Nah, you just said he's the GOAT, bro.
And there it is. That's all you need to know. Ha Jinsung. We hope to see a lot more of him. We don't have to go. I mean, I did at one point, but I changed my tune on it. Especially since I think if he was going to be gone, he'd be gone already. So hopefully we see more of him. The only thing, though, I will say is a lot of these characters, if they stick around Baam for too long, I don't like that, like, how strong they are. Like, they feel like they could be like a... You know, a lot of people don't like how Orek was on the floor of death because he's like, okay, it's fucking Orek. Like, no one's stopping him.
security blanket. Not like he's there, nothing's gonna happen. Like, nothing's
Yeah,
gonna.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, I don't know, but I mean, we have to see where SIU takes the story because we don't know where it's going anymore. I mean, at least I don't. I thought I did, but I don't know what's going anymore. So. We'll have to see what happens. But anyways, Ha Jinsung, not top 100, top 1.
Go.